Namaste, angels. This is the reading for Thursday, October 18th, the feast day of Saint Luke the Evangelist, the Apostle. We're going to begin with the year 1009 or 19, when the Church of the Holy Sepulchre in Jerusalem is destroyed by the Fatimid Caliph Al-Hakim bi Amir Allah, who hacks the church's foundations down to its bedrock. No coincidence there. I don't believe in coincidences at all, but for the year 1009 equals 19 to be when the church is destroyed in Jerusalem. Yeah. 1685, French King Louis XIV revokes the Edict of Nantes, canceling the rights of French Protestants. 1867, which is 1304, 1111, the U.S. takes formal possession of Alaska from Russia, having paid $7.2 million for it. 1931, American gangster Al Capone is convicted of tax evasion. 1962, James Watson in the U.S. and Francis Crick in the U.K. Francis Crick, and he had a couple of partners actually, but he's the main one, is credited with having discovered the Pleiades, by the way, and Pleiadians. He is a geneticist, so he was a geneticist, I think in like the 1930s, and he discovered different DNA, and it's not in like Nordic and Swedish people, like these stupid commercials that come on YouTube. If you read his papers of his discovery, it was African people, it was Native Americans, mostly Cherokee of the Native Americans, and it was some Latinos that had this blood in them, that was Pleiadian blood, or like not all human, basically. Francis Crick. But anyway, I don't think that's what they're going to talk about here. So 1962, James Watson from the U.S., Francis Crick from the U.K., and Maurice Wilkins also from the U.K. They win the Nobel Prize for Medicine for their work in determining the structure of DNA. Right, he discovered DNA strands too in the double helix also. I forgot about that. And I majored in biology when I first went to school. Anyway, did you know, in a bar decorated with bird tail in Elmsford, New York, a customer requests a glass full of those cocktails from the bartender Betsy Flanagan, and that's where cocktails came from. That's where the term began. This happened on October 18th in the year 1776. Famous birthdays: Pierre Trudeau, Peter Boyle, Lee Harvey Oswald, Mike Ditka, Martina Navratilova, and Jean-Claude Van Damme. Would you believe Count Bernard von Bülow becomes Chancellor of Germany? He's famous for first referring to Germany's need for, quote-unquote, a place in the sun and global empire. This happened on October 18th in the year 1900, so another 19. Famous weddings: 1869, Sardinia King Victor Emmanuel II, 49 years old, weds his mistress, Rosa Versalana, 36, in Italy. 1926, communist revolutionary leader Ho Chi Minh, 36, weds midwife Zhang Zhuming, 21, in Guangzhou. 1952, Latin actress Maria Felix, 38, weds actor and singer George Negrita, 40, in Mexico. 1970, actor Lee Marvin, 46, weds radio producer Pamela Marvin, 40. 1986, Fleetwood Mac member Christine McVie, 43, weds keyboardist Eduardo Quintela. And 2000, actress Demi Moore, 37, divorces actor Bruce Willis, 45, due to irreconcilable differences. Famous deaths: Henry John Temple, Charles Babbage, Thomas Edison, Thomas means twin, and Bess Truman. Bess Truman was fully named Elizabeth Virginia Wallace, and she was a U.S. First Lady, the wife of Harry S. Truman, and the First Lady of the United States from 1945 through 1953. She was born on February 13th in the year 1885, which is 1111. As is the 13 in her birthday of February 13th. That too is in 1111, and February is in 11. This took place, her birth, in Independence, Missouri, USA. She was an Aquarius. She died on October 18th in the year 1982, which is also 11, at the age of 97. And the cause was congestive heart failure. Thomas Edison was an inventor, a prolific inventor whose discoveries changed the modern way of life. His inventions included the phonograph, the electric light bulb, the electric power industry, and motion pictures. His passion for direct current, or DC, over Westinghouse's alternating current, AC, resulted in the shameful electrocution of both an elephant and a man. He was born on February 11th, 1111, in the year 1847, 11, in Milan, Ohio, USA. He was an Aquarius as well. He died on October 18th in 1931 at the age of 84 of diabetes complications. Charles Babbage was an inventor, an English polymath, a mathematician, a philosopher, an inventor, a mechanical engineer. He is now best remembered for originating the concept of programmable computers. He was born on December 26 in the year 1791 in London, England. He was a Capricorn. He died on October 18th in 1871 at the age of 79 of renal failure. And Henry John Temple, the last of the deaths on this day, he was the third Viscount Palmerston, British Prime Minister, a statesman who served twice as Prime Minister in the mid-19th century, nicknamed quote-unquote Pam, the Mongoose. He was in government office until almost continuously from 1807, which is 88, until his death in 1865, which is 11. For most of 1830 to 1865, when Britain was at the height of her power, he dominated British foreign policy and is considered by historians as one of the greatest foreign secretaries. Temple began his parliamentary career as a Tory, switching to the Whigs in 1830 and concluding it as the first prime minister of the newly formed Liberal Party from 1859. In office, Temple passed various social reforms but opposed electoral ones. He was born on October 20th in 1784 in Westminster, England, United Kingdom, a Libra. He died on October 18th in 1865, which is 9/11 or 11 at the age of 80 of a fever. Oh. Going up to the birthdays, Jean-Claude Van Damme, whose full name is Jean-Claude Camille Francois Van Vandenberg, was Belgian or is Belgian and an actor, a martial artist, actor, and director, best known for his martial arts in action films. He was born on October 18th in 1960 and is 57 years old, from Brussels, Belgium, a rat on the Chinese zodiac and a Libra. Martina Navratilova is Czech and a tennis player. In her career, Navratilova won 18 Grand Slam singles titles, 31 major women's doubles titles, and 10 major mixed doubles titles. She was born on October 18th in 1956 and is 61 years old, from the Czech Republic, Prague. And she's a monkey on the Chinese zodiac, no Libra. Mike Ditka, American NFL coach. He coached the Chicago Bears for 11 years and New Orleans Saints for 3 years. He's one of only 2 people to win an NFL title as a player, an assistant coach, and a head coach, and the only individual in modern NFL history to win a championship with the same team as a player and a head coach. He was born on October 18th in 1939 and is 78 years old, from Carnegie, Pennsylvania, USA, a rabbit on the Chinese zodiac and a Libra. Lee Harvey Oswald, American, a former soldier and an assassin. Oswald assassinated John F. Kennedy on November 22nd in 1963 in Dallas, Texas. Though there are numerous conspiracy theories in regards to the killing, Oswald is generally taken to have fired the fatal shots from the 6th floor of the Texas School Book Depository along Kennedy's parade route in Dealey Plaza. 2 days later, Oswald was himself shot dead by Jack Ruby live on television. He was born on October 18th in 1939 in New Orleans, Louisiana, USA, a rabbit on the Chinese zodiac and a Libra. He died on November 24th in 1963 at the age of 24. He was shot by Jack Ruby live on TV. Peter Boyle, is an actor, best known for his role as, or was an actor, best known for his role as Frank Barone on the sitcom Everybody Loves Raymond, who's the dad. And as a comical monster in the Mel Brooks film spoof Young Frankenstein. He was born on October 18th in 1935 in Norristown, Pennsylvania, USA, a pig on the Chinese zodiac, and a Libra. He died on December 12th in 2006 at the age of 71 of multiple myeloma cancer. And last, Pierre Trudeau, or Joseph Philippe Pierre Yves Elliott Trudeau, Canadian and Prime Minister of Canada. As head of the Liberal Party, he was Prime Minister of Canada twice, from 1968 through 1979 and from 1980 through 1984. A charismatic leader, he inspired Trudeau mania in the 1960s. He was born October 18th, which is 19, in the year 1919 in Montreal, Quebec, Canada, a Libra. He died on September 28th in the year 2000 at the age of 80 of Parkinson's disease and prostate cancer. Yes, I failed to mention in the beginning, the whole day, October 18th, is itself a 19. He was the last. With the dice, we're going to begin with Weekend Away, Email, and Party. Spirit says forget it. Cocktail and massage. The cards begin with the King of Spring, who's inspiring, dramatic, ambitious, and wise. Also representation of the divine masculine in the tarot, and a Leo, Sagittarius, or Aries, possibly a Scorpio as well. Now's your moment to step up into a leadership role. Don't back away from the spotlight, as your plans will be successful as long as you stay focused on the big picture. And opening to Ego, or the Devil, womp womp. Major Arcana card number 15. You may feel that you're trapped in a situation, but that's not true. Be careful not to overly focus upon material wealth and break away from negative thinking. King of Spring. The King of Summer. Warm-hearted, devoted, loving, and faithful. A trustworthy person or a relationship enters your life. You may receive wise and compassionate advice from someone who speaks directly from the heart. The King of Summer is a Pisces, Cancer, or Scorpio, or someone likened to those traits or attributes. Opposite the King of Spring, there can be a water sign impactful upon a fire sign, or vice versa. This can be one and the same person, all right, both carrying this energy. It can be somebody's like sun, moon, and rising, composed of these elements as well. And the feminine can be the king. Just because it says king doesn't mean that can't be us. King of Spring. And the Three of Summer. You have an exciting reason to celebrate, such as an engagement, wedding, graduation, or the birth announcement. Remember to cherish those you love. Three of Summer can also be about like reuniting with friends, or it could be romantic partners too. King of Spring. And the High Priestess, Major Arcana card 2. This is a time to pause and to reflect, not take action. Trust in your spiritual gifts, as nothing is hidden from your divine intuition. King of Spring, one more. And it's the Eight of Autumn again. I think we saw this every single day this week. It's the perfect time to learn all you can by returning to school, taking a seminar, or conducting research. Do your best work, and the law of attraction will bring you prosperity and career advancement. All along, the King of Spring has remained here, hasn't gone anywhere. King of Spring can be connected to Mars or Jupiter also. I didn't mention them. And I've come to the Magician, Major Arcana card 1, which represents for me the sign of Gemini. Sometimes the other mutable signs too, Sagittarius, Pisces, Virgo. There is magic in the air. You can manifest everything you need and be successful. Overall energy is the Queen of Winter, experienced, self-sufficient, brilliant, and funny. And I believe the moon is still on this day in Aquarius too. All your life experiences have prepared you for this moment of truth. It's time to declutter your home, clear away situations that aren't working for you anymore, and to disengage from people who create more drama than happiness. The Queen of Winter can also be a Gemini, Libra, or Aquarius, or Venus herself, or possibly even Mercury, even though it's the Queen. Both of which, by the way, are located in Scorpio currently. Venus actually not only located there, but retrograde there. Crowning the masculine, the 7 of autumn. The planning, resources, and efforts that you've invested in your dream will reap great rewards. In the meantime, have patience and meditate on your next steps. Masculine surrounded by Major Arcana card number 17, the Star. You're about to take a big leap forward with your life. Worry will be replaced by optimism, fear with hope, and joy is coming home to roost. Major Arcana card 17, the Star, represents the planet Uranus in the sign of Aquarius, which it rules. It's all about your dreams coming true, your prayers being answered, your wishes being granted. And so is this, the 9 of Summer. The masculine's got 2 wish cards, 2 big yeses from the universe back to back. The 9 of Summer, now's the time when your dreams come true. Don't worry about how this will happen. Just give gratitude to God for all that you have and all that's still yet to come. Awesome. Interesting. Mirroring the masculine 7 of autumn is the 8 of autumn for the feminine. It's the perfect time to learn all you can by returning to school, taking a seminar, or conducting research. Do your best work, and the law of attraction will bring you prosperity and career advancement. It could be anything that you put your work into, not just career advancement. Surrounding the feminine, the king of summer, warm-hearted, devoted, loving, and faithful, a trustworthy person or relationship enters your life. You may receive wise and compassionate advice from someone, and if you do, it's somebody who speaks directly from the heart. They're not like, you know, bullshitting you. They're being genuine. And feminine subconscious, Major Arcana card 11, Strength, which represents the sign of Leo. The true strength is displayed through kindness, forgiveness, and compassion. You have tremendous personal power and courage. Crowning. Ooh, I guess this is why we need it. God damn it. I saw this as I was shuffling too. I was like, not this 3 of Summer again. Yep, it's back. Sadness is part of life, but you don't have to endure it alone. You may need a little time to heal, but once you work your way through the emotions, you'll be stronger than ever before. And at the root. No wonder. The 5 of Spring. Occasionally, you may experience clashes with others. If you decide the matter is worth your energy, then do what you can to minimize the conflict without sacrificing your goals or beliefs. This can be, you know, conflict and drama with friends, family, loved ones. Maybe we might even have to be walking away from a job, quitting one's job, getting fired from one's job, leaving one's job, getting laid off, you know, whatever, separating from people that you've been around for a long time. And so, you know, it hurts, but at the same time, you're going on to something better. Remember, the overall energy is the Queen of Winter. She's the cutoff queen. Something, you know, is getting cut off, someone, and that's going to take strength. Again, I think this person is like close to you, or the situation is close to you. But behind the Queen of Winter is yet like another Queen of Winter. It's the Princess of Winter, the Page, which for me tends to be a Gemini. Logical, truthful, curious, and undiplomatic. This is an intellectual challenge that calls upon your ability to think of a matching solution. If helpful information is put to you bluntly, accept the message without being bothered by the messenger. So yeah, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, maybe a younger one if it's one of the other signs. And behind that, the 8 of Spring. You've been presented with many wonderful opportunities. So I think like you're leaving something behind and you're moving on to something better, like I said. While this may feel very stressful, remember to be grateful for the blessings that heaven sent you. The 8 of Spring can also be about communication, right? It's like stuff, movement and things, and something may have been stagnant before. Now it's getting going. It's the universe doing things on our behalf, positive things. I've never heard anybody speak negatively of the Eight of Fire, and I certainly don't. It could be something arriving in the mail, a card, a letter, a package, maybe even something you ordered, you know, not necessarily a surprise. But I've seen the Eight of Wands come through when, like, the day your package is showing up in the, like, you know, some things that make us happy, little things that mean a lot, you know, or can mean a lot sometimes. But yeah, back to this. This is cutting off someone or something, you know, to which we're close, or, you know, we have some sort of attachment, but it's time to go. It's time to go. And it's funny because did I ever actually post it? I started to post in answer sort of to somebody's question. I was going to post about myself in Divine Girl Talk, that when I needed to, like, not be friends with my ex-boyfriend anymore, I just couldn't. He was just too toxic. And I asked the universe to please take him away from me, but, you know, like, without hurting him. I didn't want him dead or anything. I just didn't want him near me anymore. About, you know, I just said, like, please, without harming him or without hurting him, whatever, please take him away from me. I can't keep doing this anymore. And that's what happened. That's exactly what happened. He got sent to California. So, was I happy? Did I get what I wanted? Were my prayers answered? Sure were. Was it a little bit painful? Yeah, because, you know, we have been friends since we were kids. So it was a little bit painful that I had to ask, you know, can I be rid of him? But it was what I wanted, and it was for the best. So it's that sort of thing, you know, where you can be, it's a little sad, but at the same time, it's good. Yeah. At the heart of the matter, the Two of Winter, procrastination and worry about what others think is what's blocking you from making a decision. If you're torn between your own desires and someone else's, then do what makes you happy and follow your inner guidance. We also did see the High Priestess before, as well as the Magician. So the High Priestess, similar to the Two of Winter, it's another two, by the way, is somebody who waits. But she waits because she's observing and she's collecting information and she's following her intuition and she's going to make the best decision. She's not waiting because somebody else thinks she should do something differently with her life. She's not the type that would listen to somebody else. She's going to do what she wants with her life. So that may be why you have to cut somebody off too, you know, because their ideologies or something just don't align with yours anymore. Whatever the case is, definitely see people moving on from something. And on both sides, the masculine and the feminine, we have, you know, these very positive energies that we're moving towards. And it's here in the middle where there's been some sort of trauma. To further clarify the Three of Winter, what might be up? The Four of something could be, again, going on with somebody's father. I said this the day before. A boss, a job, quitting a job, leaving a job, getting fired, whatever. Structure and organization are important right now. Don't be afraid to take on a leadership role. You have much to offer, much wisdom to offer. And the Two of Winter. Release. Something, again, is past, is done, it's gone, it needs to go. The Queen of Winter wants to cut it off. She wants to take her sword and chop it away. Death card shows up. Represents the sign of Scorpio, by the way. To say, and sits here next to the King of Summer. The King of Summer could very easily actually be a Scorpio. You know, it says we got to move on from whatever this is. Or, you know, whatever this is, whomever these people are, or whatever the situation is, let it go. It's time to release the past and to move towards something new. This could just be pain from the past, maybe between two people, maybe between the masculine and the feminine. You know, they used to have some sort of difficulties with one another, but that's old. They need to let that go and come back together. You know, it's that sort of thing. This ending is the first step on the way to a happier future. So it might be sad, or there might be aspects of it that are sad in the moment, but it'll be better after. And might as well go ahead and look at the 5 of spring too. Five of autumn, some sort of loss, again, something of which we have to let go, or at least a feeling of loss, a feeling of lack, feeling of pain, sadness, fear of abandonment, maybe being left behind, something like that. Focusing upon the negative or worrying about money or your career can block your progress. Worrying about like relationship and still can block your progress there as well. It's all those things. Because your trust and faith are at a low point right now, it's not the best time to start your own business or a relationship, I would add. It says, or to become self-employed. I mean, this is a general, so it can be work, career, money, relationship. It can be all those things. I'll look at one more for that 5. Or those 5s. Well, it was the 5 of fire. That's now the 5 of fire and the 5 of autumn. Let's see what this is. The 2 of autumn. So it's still juggling a practical matter. The need to decide to choose one and let one go. Still can have something to do with work or relationship. It can go it can go either way, and it doesn't seem like they want to tell me exactly what is up. You may be under stress because of multiple jobs or too many responsibilities, or it feels like too much for one person to manage. It's important to balance your work and your personal life. Right, all work and no play makes Jack a dull boy, Jill a dull girl. You need to have time for both. You know, in the weekly reading, the masculine had two twos of cups. And I said he might have 2 loves. That doesn't necessarily mean romantic. Like one could be work, and maybe he's not coming home, you know, to the wife or the girlfriend or whatever, because he's always at work because he loves his job. You know, it can be that sort of thing too. It's important to balance your work and personal life and to bring a spirit of fun to all that you do. I'll try one more. Okay, well, if you do let go and follow the guidance, it works out well. So I guess that's all that matters, even though I don't know exactly what the scenario will be for most. I did give you what I was feeling for, you know, possibilities for all. You may receive a promotion. This could be the leadership role you're having to step into. Maybe somebody you liked got fired and now you're getting their job. And so that's like, ooh, you know, it's all that sort of stuff. You may receive a promotion, be chosen for a scholarship, or find you're singled out for special recognition. You've done an amazing job and you deserve the attention. And that too can be a relationship that works out because you let go of something old. Further advice to the masculine, the Queen of Autumn, thoughtful, caring, creative, ingenious. You'll be given advice that's both practical and creative, and it should be followed precisely. Focus only upon the positive in every situation or person. So that's connected to this too. Like, don't slip into that the negative aspects of the 3 of Swords or the 5 of Swords. Positive thought, positive thought, positive thought. And like keep reinforcing it if you feel yourself slipping to the negative, right? To these 5s. Feminine. Oh, the Queen of Autumn can be, of course, a Libra, Capricorn, Virgo, Taurus, or Venus. Maybe that's where Libra slipped out from. Venus herself is a Queen of Autumn. She may be somehow impactful upon the masculine. She can be some sort of facilitator of finance or funds that are coming his way, or material items. Or she could be representing somebody else in his life or his own energy as well. She could be the person that has to get cut off. You know, somebody's got to get cut off too, it feels like. And for the feminine, very nice. The 4 of spring. It's time to kick back, relax, and to celebrate all that you have. Joy arises in your career, the completion of a project, or a very happy home life. So reaping the rewards, reaping what you've sown with the aid of autumn, or maybe again being surprised by a king of summer, regardless of what zodiac he is, somebody who comes in with a loving energy or something that comes towards you that makes you feel, emotionally fulfilled. Even if it's just like really great advice or somebody sending you like caring, loving energy that makes you feel good. And this sense of self that's here in the subconscious with Major Arcana card Strength being in this placement, that you sort of know you can conquer anything that comes your way on this day. The Four of Spring can be representative of, having finished some sort of home improvement project. You just did something else in your home, and maybe that's connected to the Queen of Winter, right? She cleans up, she declutters. Maybe you got a new home, you moved. Maybe you're entering a new relationship, commitment. All of these things can be the Four of Spring, and anything else that you can think of on your own that brings joy and peace and contentment and again, makes us feel good. And it's sort of like reward for the work, the hard work that we've been putting into whatever, just life in general. That's what the Four of Spring represents. Enjoy it. I hope that you've also enjoyed the reading. I'll be back with Fridays. Namaste.